So what about Laos? Is Laos a country? Yes it is, and it's probably one of the most relaxed places you could visit in Southeast Asia. I'll show you a map of Laos over here, and as you can see, it's like a weird shape of the country. It looks a little bit like a palm tree. So we started in the north, and it was quite hard to get to the south as we didn't have that much time. We stayed there for 14 days, and in this video I will tell you all about currency and how much you spend roundabout, how to get around, and what places we visited. So in general, Laos is like Cambodia, a little bit more expensive than other countries in Southeast Asia. Vietnam, Thailand, Indonesia, Malaysia, all quite cheap to get around, cheap for accommodation, cheap for food. Cambodia, Laos, not. So what currency do they use? They have the currency kip. When you enter the country, you need to pay for the visa on arrival, so it's around about 30 to 35 US dollars for a European citizen, for like German people from France. I can't tell you like all the different prices, but yeah, it's around about 30 to 40 US dollars. And just to give you an idea, we spent like 506 US dollars per person in 14 days. If you're looking for accommodation, you could pay like around about 7 to 12 US dollars. We traveled in low season, which is between May and October, and from November to April you have high season, of course, which is quite dry but also hot. Low season, it's quite wet. When we were there was almost no rain in low season, but the accommodation was cheap at some places. It was so cheap, people were fighting that we take their room. So transportation in Laos is easy. You can take a bus, you can take a minibus, you can take a boat. Some of the places you can only reach by slow boat. And then yeah, we also did like a slow boat cruise from Laos to Thailand. So we did the border crossing by boat. So let's talk about border crossing for a second. We traveled Vietnam and then we went to Laos, and we actually decided to fly into Laos because you can go from Hanoi to Laos. Many people do because it's quite cheap, but it's also a fucking long bus ride. So if you go from Hanoi to Luang Prabang, this takes around about 35 hours to get there, and you pay 40 US dollars. We heard the bus rides, they are so hard. Sometimes they don't even tell you where you are, they tell you to change buses really quick. You don't know what happens, you don't know where you are, you don't know when you're at the border. I mean, 35 hours. You go like through the mountains or something, it's dangerous. Everyone we talked to, they said we won't do it again, like ever. We talked to some other people who did the tour from Hanoi to Vientiane, so the capital of Laos, and this cost around about 21 US dollars. The bus ride take like 25 hours. 25 hours is still a long way, but people told us that this bus ride is like okay. If you're on the other side, like the north of Thailand, it's also possible to get like from the north of Thailand to Luang Prabang as well. You can do it by slow boat. Some people did it by bus. We talked to them, they said it was like crazy as well. Disgusting. There was like puke all over the bus. Seriously, puke all over the bus. And you're in there sleeping. We did it by slow boat, so this is probably the best option. Anyways, we flew from Hanoi to Vientiane. This was really expensive. The flights are quite expensive, but yeah, we didn't regret it. Let's talk about the places we visited. We started in Vientiane. Vientiane is a nice city, is quite modern actually. We didn't expect that. You can have some really nice food, like some expensive food as well. There are a lot of temples you can see, there are some night markets you could visit, and there's also the Buddha Park. This was alright, I mean, if you don't have time, just skip it. And from Vientiane we went to Vang Vieng, and this took us like 4 hours and we paid 45,000 kip. Vang Vieng is basically like a really long town, like on the riverside. It's touristy. Many people like to drink over here. You can do this famous Vang Vieng tubing tour, where you hire a tube, they take you by tuk-tuk up the river, you jump in the water, you have like your tube, you float in your tube, and then there are like bars. At the bar there will be people like throwing like some ropes. You can hold on to them and then you get like to the bar, grab a beer, grab some shots. It's a lot of drinking, as I said. Many people died over here. Since then they changed the rules a bit. There's not too much jumping into the water anymore. Yeah, but actually we expected like that big hangover party, but it was nice, was good. Shipping was fun. So what you can do when you arrive in Vang Vieng, you can stay on that side where the bus drops you, or you can go like there's some bridges and you can cross the river, and on the other side of the river there are like smaller, more quiet like bungalows, guest houses where you could stay at. This is where we stayed. It was really calm, it was really relaxing, quite nice, like nice to go here. For us it was a better choice, so just think about it. At some places you have to pay when you cross the river. This is like kind of bullshit, but there's also like a free bridge. Look for the free bridge. Next place we went to was Luang Prabang. It's like 5 to 6 hours by minibus, and we paid 80,000 kip for the bus ride per person. Luang Prabang is a great place to go. We loved it. We could have stayed much longer. You have amazing street food over here. You have like those monks. You could watch in the morning how they like go for a walk. The night market in Luang Prabang is great. Here you have to be careful because you will shop that much. But it's also quite expensive, so don't forget to bargain over here. But what they sell, it looks different to all the other places we've been to in Southeast Asia. So this is like kind of special, the night market. And then there is the Waterfall Kuang Si, and this is also a really great place to go. It's hot in Laos anyways, and this is the place to cool off. And the water is crystal clear. We left Luang Prabang for a couple of days and we went to Nong Khiaw. Stayed there for one night. This is a really small town. There's not much to do. You're just like next to the river. It's great to relax, but you need to go there because here you can take a boat to Muang Ngoy, and this is like an even smaller town. But as you can see, the only way to go to Muang Ngoy is by boat, and this makes it fun in a way because in that town they only have like motorbikes. There are no cars. It's so relaxed. You have your guest house. We were chilling in our hammocks. You can go for a hike like in the national park. You can do like some homestays over here. There are like rice fields everywhere. It's just a place to relax, to have some nice Lao food. We went back to Luang Prabang. We stayed there for a couple more days because we love Luang Prabang. And then we took a boat, a slow boat, and we slowly went closer to the Thai border. I will do another video how to do the border crossing by boat, but what I can tell you, like you buy like your ticket in Luang Prabang and you go like to the next town, which is called Beng. You have to get a guest house over here, pay for a night, and the next morning you get your new ticket for the next boat ride and you go to a town called Huay. Here you stay one more night and in the morning you can do the border crossing to Thailand. So you just buy your boat tickets, you have to pay for your room of course during the night, and this is like a 2-night, 3-day trip roundabout. But this is a really good way to go slowly from Laos to Thailand. You will cruise on the Mekong River, which is really nice. It's a great experience. You will see a lot on the way. You just take your time because we talked to people, as I said, who did this border crossing by bus from Luang Prabang to Thailand, and they were like sleeping next to puke. And it's also quite dangerous over here. Laos is just great. The landscape is amazing. You have chilled, relaxed people over here. I mean like really relaxed people. You can relax here. You can do some party if you want to. You can do some jungle trekking, some hiking. There's also the gibbon experience you can do like on the border to Thailand. We talked to people and they said don't do it. So yeah, it's your decision. The zip lining is nice, but it's just really expensive and you can do some zip lining somewhere else probably, because the people we talked to, they haven't seen any gibbons. Yeah, I mean, if you have some other experience, post a comment. It was a really nice country, it's a good place to go, but we have only seen the north. We didn't see like the south. We didn't go to the 4,000 islands, so we obviously missed that part. If you plan your trip around Southeast Asia and you're not sure about Laos, you also need to know, of course, there is no like ocean, no islands, no beach you could visit. There's more like jungle over here. It's worth it to go here and it's quite easy to travel around. Hope this video helped you. Please give me a thumb up if I helped you. In this way I can understand that my video content makes sense in a way. Please subscribe my channel. I will shoot more videos, more how-tos in the following days. Enjoy traveling, it's the best thing you can do, I promise.